Hello and welcome everyone again into another video. In today's video, I will walk you throughout the top tips you need to be aware of to maximize your damage against Chimera. Because every time I do a Chimera video, I get lots of comments like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do this. This team is not as look like. I tried this team, it did not work out for me. Because people just assume, okay, let me just put those champions together and I will do the same amount of damage that you do. No, you need to be aware of masteries, blessing, relics, team order. Even team order is important. So I put some slides together, so let's just go and walk you through these step by step. So you need to follow me and to make sure that you're doing everything I say, so you will have a full preview or a full overview of the entire Chimera and how to maximize your damage. Really quick guys, get yourself a free legendary Narma by clicking the link in my description. You will also get 3 amazing epics: Anax, Uugo, and Mausoleum Mage. All you need to do is, number 1, log out of Play and Play on your PC and uninstall it. Number 2, click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Number 3, launch raid and complete the tutorial. Number 4, go to your inbox and claim the champion. So don't miss out on the great chance to get Narma and 3 very strong epics. So make sure to click my link before it expires. Okay, first thing first, let's just go and I will walk you throughout using this team. This is the most, I would say like the most budget. This is the most accessible, strong team, okay? You can use like some different teams, but this is the strongest and most accessible. If you need a very strong team, this is the easiest one to get, like from those ones that do some great damage, where like every week you will do more than 8 billion clash points. So we have Elva, which is like a guaranteed champion long time ago, so if you played the game you should have her. Duchess is also good. Any reviver, basically any reviver is good, okay? Any reviver works here, but Elva is the second best after Galatir because she revive and she has perfect veil and continuous heal and increases speed and block buff, and she cleanse. Mikage is a fusion mythical, the only fusion mythical in the game, so once you get her she will unlock way more damage than you would assume, you would hope for. She will just make Ninja a beast. Now I have this Ninja plus for a reason. If you have Noble, please empower your Ninja, okay? You will never use Noble. I played this game for 4 years. There is no content where like Noble is good. Not even in Faction Hunt. He's so bad even after the buff. So if you have Noble, please go and empower your Ninja. The extra stats you get from empowerment will make your Ninja more will make him survive longer, hit harder, and much easier to build, okay? As far as the Lydia, I wouldn't recommend empowering her, but it's up to you. If you take a look at Necmo can be replaceable by Lamassu. Some people prefer Lamassu actually because she you do more damage with Lamassu, but if you have Necmo, it's more auto friendly. I mean, you can't fully auto Chimera, but you can click auto, you know, like you have to manual once every 5 turns. That's what I say. So the role Elva is playing here, Reviver, Necmo, the turn meter booster. You could use Necmo, Lamassu, now Androck. Some people are like, oh, why would you put Androck? This is a Kraken friendly video. No, I'm giving you all the champions that I could think of. Even Ustred, I do use Ustred sometimes when Necmo is bad affinity against the other 3 heads, not the main one, the other 3. I replaced Necmo with Ustred, which is a fusion. You need a debuffer just to boost your damage, make you, you know, like give you more debuffs on the boss so you can do more trials. As an example, our debuffer here is Lydia. Why do I have Duchess Galatir? No, those are so yeah, debuffer could be your Necmothar, Lydia. I think like Lydia is like the main one here because she's the one that will unlock so many debuffs for you. It will unlock block debuffs, poison sensitivity, block active skill, decrease defense, weaken, and most importantly fear against Ram, because playing against Ram without fear is just the most obnoxious thing you could do. And then last but not least, no, it's actually last, damage booster. What does damage booster mean? Like the champion that will allow your damage dealer to do more damage, and it could be Mikage, Teox, Feral, and Mad Hatter. Mad Hatter is like the champion that everyone has now. Mikage, you could say the same. Feral is kind of, you know, like, it's like, he does mortar trials, but I think Necmo is just more friendly because Necmo has leech, while I don't think Feral has leech. Feral has decrease accuracy, increase resistance, increase speed, decrease speed, so no decrease attack. So you need Necmo for, let me double check 1 second. Yeah, I was correct, he does not have decrease attack. So decrease attack is insanely important, and I will tell you why later. Now, before we get into, like, before we dive deep into the team and why you need it, let's just take a look at the Chimera. This is the Chimera on Nightmare. So the things you need to be aware of: you need 300 Chimera is 305 speed on all heads in Nightmare. If you want to resist the Chimera buffs here against Ram, you need 600 resistance. But against Ram, I don't care about resisting those, so at least you need to resist this one and this one here. So I would say aim for 550 resistance. If you can't get that, you could always benefit from resistance aura. You could also always bring something like decrease resistance on the boss, sorry, decrease accuracy on the boss, and have increased resistance on your champion, something like that, you know. So be aware that you need, accuracy wise, you need 475 to get accuracy on all heads. You could always benefit from Marius using increased accuracy if you lack the stats, or any increased accuracy champion in the game. So you can get 2 turns. The goal is to get to 2 turns versus 1. The goal is to go twice every time the boss goes once. How can you do that? Well, if you take a look, it's a 300 O speed. So with decreased speed, it will be 200. Your champions will be ideally built above 300. With increased speed, they will be 400. So 400 versus 200. Now, with your damage dealer, if you have Ninja Mikage will keep boosting Ninja's turns. Every time she A1, he's gonna A1 and get 20% turn meter. Resistance check. I do say that resistance is insanely important. You don't want your reviver to get poison debuffs from Viper. You don't want your reviver to get any debuff, okay? You want your reviver to stay as healthy as possible, because a healthy reviver means a healthy team. Because Chimera hits hard, so many debuffs. You don't want your reviver is the most important to champion. Like that reviver can't take any debuff. Any debuff means they will take more damage, and you can't afford to do that. So keep your reviver clean to recover from wipes. Okay, you don't want your reviver to get wiped. Now, as far as the turn cap, so Chimera has 65 turns. We all know that. So you need to get as many turns as possible, because what you're limited to is 65 turns by the boss, or 1500 in total. But if you don't have Androck or Senna, you won't get there. So by abusing Necmo and Ustred, you want to go as many turns as possible. How can you do that? Necmothar and Ustred, Lamasu, Androck, Senna, all these type of champions. But there are like some relics that can actually help you to do that, and something I always recommend is have enough stats and go as many turns. So I know that I run this gear 9 pieces feral on my Necmo, so my Necmo acts like as a debuffer, turn meter booster, and damage booster. So this is kind of a flex. If you can afford to have 9 pieces on your Necmothar and Lydia, that's good. If you can't, just go for Merciless plus Relentless. You want to take as many turns as possible, because more turns means more damage. The slide after DPS score, Ninja Mikage. So Ninja, high damage, and it's also free. So if you have Ninja, you should be able to try to get him to 6-star. And I do say this, whether you are early game, end game, you want your Ninja to be 6-star awakened. Now I was like, are you saying I should be buying them? I don't know. I don't know. You do. If you wanna buy Ninja Souls from the shop, it's up to you. But Ninja is the champion that I use the most against Chimera. But we're getting some insane damage dealers in Hydra. So I wouldn't tell you. It's not my job to tell you what you do, but it's my job to recommend to you to tell you what I did. What I did, I have a 6-star Ninja awakened, and I'm glad that I have him. Now let's go through gear sets to maximize turns and damage. Goal: Ninja, you need to give him Coronate, and you need him to survive as much as possible. You need damage to do as much damage as possible. So what I do every time before I go to Chimera, I go to Ninja and I give him my strongest gear. I have my strongest Merciless gear. Now someone's like, oh, this is a weak Ninja. Hey, don't judge my gear. 6 pieces Merciless, 2 pieces of Zeal, and I have a Coronate on my Ninja. Now, if you don't have Coronate on Ninja, you could go this one, Purged Shadow. if you don't have either, you could actually give him a journal, because he does boost his turn meter a lot by his A1, so you can get him as many turns as possible. But those are mainly to boost your damage on all your champions. So as far as your champions, let me just walk you through. Your reviver needs anything, like if your reviver heals, you need to give him a journal. If your revives, I don't know, turn meter boost, you can also give them a journal. But the one I found the most important one is this Purged Shadow, this bird. It's kind of like a bad version of Relentless, but hey, your reviver is not going to use any abilities other than cleanse, and yes, they will use revive, but usually only revive, I don't know, 3 times per fight, depend how strong and tanky your champions are. So every time you use A1, you have a chance to get another turn. And as we said, we want to abuse as many turns as possible. So Purged Shadow is one of the best in the entire Chimera. Journal is by far the best, most accessible one, because you should have so many journals just by doing your dailies. And you can have it on your reviver. If your reviver heal or turn meter, or do both, like something like Sifi as an example, she heals and she boosts the turn meter, so journal is insanely good on her. Used Necmo, they revive and they do that. So I have a journal on my Necmo, I have a journal on my reviver, and Irony Coronate is the best to use on Ninja, even better than Crushing Rend. Sorry, not Crushing Rend, Cat Gaze. I tried both of them, and Coronate ended up doing much more damage. It's because it's a multiplier. Whatever your damage will be multiplied by 30%. It's not additive like similar to like the other ones, but this one is multiplicative, so it's a multiplier. So whatever your damage will be multiplied by this. So let's just recap. You need this one as many as you can get. It's a new one. I think it's from the faction. So every 3-4 weeks you'll be able to get to one. So prioritize using those on your Chimera champions so you can take as many turns as possible, which will help you to do as much damage as possible. If you don't have it, just go for as many journals. So it is an example. My Mikage will take 2 turns now because I have Purged Shadow. So she used A1, and you can see she used A1 again, and that just ended up like adding I don't know, 1 million damage score like every time she does that, because my ninja, like later in the fight, when Coronate is maxed and Nature's Wrath is maxed, he will start hitting for 1.5 million billion, I don't know, million, I think it's million. So yeah, every time she does that, that's an extra 1.5 million just by having a relic that you will get from faction. And it's not even a legendary, it's just an epic one. And Coronate on your ninja. Now, as far as the awakening, okay, blessing, awakening for success, okay, cruelty on your highest awakened champion. You guys see it? It's cruelty. Your highest awakening needs to be in cruelty. That's not even debatable, because cruelty will decrease the boss's defense by, it's not decrease, destroy the boss's defense by 20%. You need to have a brimstone. Okay, this is a luxury one, but you need to have a brimstone. Now, one I've been all like tempted to do, which is Nature's Bounty. What does Nature's Bounty do? You know, like Lydia, she has a fear on her A1. It's a small version of fear. With Nature's Bounty, you will have a high, depending on how high your awakening is. If you have it 6-star, 60% chance into flipping that fear into a strong fear version. What does a strong fear version do? It will make you take no damage from reflect damage. So this one is arguably one of the best awakening for Lydia in the entire game, which because it will switch her fear into strong version of fear, which mean I don't think the boss will lose. I think the boss will lose his cooldown as well, right? Because with the small version of fear, they don't lose the cooldown. Nature's Wrath or Crushing Rend to Nature's Wrath on your Toshiro, Ninja, and Crushing Rend on your Marius if you do use your Marius. Nature's Wrath also on Balar. And does Theox bring any debuffs? I don't think Theox bring debuffs, right? Because people... No, the poison is from the champions that people pair with Theox. So yeah, Crushing Rend on your Theox. Now, what gear do I use on my champion? My Reviver. Relentless plus 2 pieces of Impulse. You could do Retaliation. No, don't do this Retaliation. You could do Relentless and 4 pieces of Merciless, because your Reviver, I'm assuming, like as an example, this one, the Revive doesn't hit. Most likely you won't revive. It's just one every 10 turns of the Reviver. You revive one, so you could do Merciless, Relentless. As far as Mikage, I have 9 pieces of Merciless. I found out that 9 pieces Merciless are much better than having Relentless Merciless, because when you have 9 pieces Merciless, and if you have her crit capped, she will heal from the leech and go back to full HP, while on Relentless, she wasn't able to do that. I know people say run 9 pieces protection. I don't recommend that. I tried it, and having cooldown effect will help you into do the trial on the ram form where like you have to land 7 debuffs while under increased accuracy. So if you want to do that, you have to run Reflex Merciless, Relentless Merciless, or 9 pieces Merciless. As far as Necmo Thar, the MVP, well, not the MVP, the champion that keep everyone healthy, happy, and fast while maintaining the boss being slow. Where is Necmo Thar? I have him in 9 pieces Feral. If you don't have 9 pieces Feral, please don't do Protection. Protection is overrated. Do Relentless Merciless. Why? Because the more turns he gets, the more turns your entire team will take. So if you can do 9 pieces Feral, do Relentless and Merciless. As far as Ninja, as I show in the previously, it's 6 pieces Merciless, 2 pieces of Zeal. Zeal is very, very important. Like this damage amplification is very, very huge. It's 12%, but it's 12% multiplicative, and that's as far as the gear. So pretty much I think that's all. So final tips: keep as many buffs and debuffs up 100% of the time. And another one I think I did not mention throughout the video, you need to have decreased attack on the boss for Nightmare, for Ultra Nightmare. For other difficulties, it's not as important, but it's good to have, because once you start having more than 10 trials, the boss will start smacking, like literally one-shotting your champions. Keep track of boss's turn meter, turns, because every 4 turns, like, you know, 4, 9, 14, 19, those right before the boss change the form, you need to start manualing. Okay, so you can leave it on auto, like from 1 to 4, and then from 4 to 5 you have to manual to make sure you go to the next boss with your cooldowns. You don't have anything on cooldown. So 4, 9, 14, 19, 24 to 29, all these turns you have to manual after 4 or 9. You need to go to the next boss with your abilities up all the time. Cycle your cooldown using TM. Yeah, just boost as your TM as fast as you. Just keep using a TM booster. Target high score milestone before boss reached 65, because once you start, like, if you someone like me, where I do 16 to 17 trials. At 16, the boss start ignoring 50% of my defense. So sometimes what I do is I try to get the 16th one on the last Viper form, because after that, the main form just starts hitting like crazy. So yeah, keeping that in mind, and hopefully now we will go and watch a run that I had. So like here, I'm doing my key. I get 17 trials. I could get the 18, but the 18 one is just so freaking obnoxious. Like this one is just badly coded, because if the boss get feared while he's trying to stun you, you don't get it for some reason. It should count because the boss attempted to stun and then it got feared. So this one is just nearly impossible to do. So I don't know about this one. Get 17. I think this is the first time ever I get 17, or the second time, I'm not sure. But yeah, let's just go some of my builds here. Mikage, 6-star Awakened, Cruelty. Here we have Brimstone to land the smite buff. Lydia, once I have her 6-star Awakened, she will move into the one that changed the weak buffs into strong version of them. Here I have Intimidating Presence to get more of my lead, and my lead is accuracy. Ninja, Nature's Wrath. Why? If you have a very, very good end game ninja build, you should switch to Nature's Wrath, especially if you have him in Nature's Wrath, 2 pieces Zeal, and 6 pieces of Merciless. And you can see, like, for a ninja team, by the way, this is the worst rotation for ninja, because Ram, Lion, Viper all are red affinity, weak affinity. So like, it was so obnoxious to get, as an example, these damage ones, because they are simply insanely difficult, because every time he ninja weak hit, as an example, every time he weak hit here, you lost your chance and you have to do a Reiki. But yeah, doing these steps, I switched from doing 5 million clash points into doing this number, 5.5. Even though the previous, when I did 5, that was the best ninja rotation, where like the second form of the bosses are all good affinity, green affinity for ninja, and this one specifically is the worst one. So getting 600,000 more clash points when I'm literally doing against the 3 weak affinities is just, I don't know what to tell you. It's just like a massive upgrade, because it's like, assuming you lose 20% damage because of the affinity. So instead of doing 3, so it's supposed to be, what's 20% of 3,000? what's the thing that you multiply it by 20%, you remove 20% of it, you get 3000. I think around 380. So you added 20% more. So we're talking about 400 damage. Once the affinity change, the rotation change, I will do another video showcasing how much. By the way, my ninja used to do 200,000 in crushing rend, and when I switch him to nature's wrath, you can see he did 50,000 more when the boss is even strong affinity against him on 3 heads. So yeah, these are all the tips that you need to be aware of into boosting your Chimera damage. Look at that, we got 10 mythicals, 14 legendaries, and a bunch of rare ones. Just go and craft the rare ones. Okay, never mind, we get a quest. Hello, dude, we have so many things to close here. Okay, let's just do this for you guys. So yeah, that's pretty much everything you need to know about Chimera and how to boost your Chimera damage. So I hope that was helpful. Before we head out, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if there was any of the tips that I mentioned you don't have and you will start paying attention to, please let me know in the comment section below which one was that. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.